Hello! We are right here in this episode of This Week. We're now at the IELTS Face-Off expert section. And we have our special expert, Miss Melanie, and she's always been with us for many, many episodes. So IELTS expert section right now. Melanie, come on out. Hello.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Before we start, you know what we have to do. We have to ask our audience a couple of quiz questions. So what quiz question is going to be in this episode this time? Let's have the quiz. Okay, so the quiz is, it's not so important to count the number of words I use in my IELTS writing answers. Is that true or false?
Well, my answer for this question is false because the IELTS writing test going to have the limit number of words for the participant to do the writing test.
What do you think? Is this true or is this false?
It is important up to a point. The exam question will say something like, write at least 150 words or write at least 250 words. However, the important thing is the words are approximately correct and you're not wasting time in your exam counting and counting and counting. What's much better is to practice writing so many times that you will know, okay, this is about 150 words and this is 250. So during the test, you're not wasting time checking and checking.
Wonderful. Now that brings me to our writing tips this week. You have a couple of writing tips for us.
I do. So this is talking about before you go into the exam. When you're practicing exam questions, and you should be doing lots of those ahead of the IELTS exam, that's when you should be counting words. Every time you write a paragraph, count those words to get an idea of how many words go on to every line. Once you're used to knowing this looks like 100 words, this looks like 200, 250 words, then you won't have to do it in the exam, and that's the really important thing. Although, if you're doing the exam on the computer, you have an advantage there because there is a word counter now.
Wonderful. Thank you for all of those tips.
Thank you.
And we'll now open the floor to our audience to actually enable you to ask questions. So audience, do you have any questions for Melanie?
Hi, my name is Mai, and my question is, what's the best way to study vocabulary and grammar for IELTS?
My answer will be controversial. Stop studying vocabulary and grammar separately. Remember that in English, grammar really only makes up 30% of speaking. 70% of English is fixed expressions, lexical sets. So what you need to be doing is, first of all, learn fixed expressions and phrases that are true of your life. I didn't have a clue. I've got no idea what I'm going to do about that. When you're learning those phrases, make sure then that the grammar is correct. After that, what you want to be doing is practicing answering simple questions, especially part 1 questions. But absolutely, please do not sit around with a grammar book. It won't improve your speaking.
That's great. Well, I think there's another question. Yeah, what's your question?
Hello everybody, Dung, my question today is, as far as I know, one of the best way to improve English is immerse in English. What do you think about this?
Well, not everyone has the opportunity to do that. Of course, if you have the money and you can go to London for 2 weeks or to Sydney for 2 weeks, of course it's going to improve your English. But what you can do is give yourself more opportunities every day to spend time hearing and speaking English. So even if it's something simple like switching from Vietnamese music to English language music for a little while, or spending more time watching YouTube videos in English and not in Vietnamese, that would be a start in preparing for your IELTS. The other thing I should say is that English immersion is important, but it should be the right kind of immersion. So make sure you're actually spending time listening to people using language that you will use. Listen to people talking about their life, talking about what's going on with them, rather than very formal vocabulary that you're not going to use.
That's wonderful, thank you. This episode's topic is being a global citizen. What do you think are some of the qualities that make you a global citizen?
That's a great question. Thank you for that. I think a global citizen, hopefully, is someone who has a sense of belonging wherever they go. So I like to think I feel almost as at home in Hanoi as I feel when I'm back in the UK. I think a global citizen has an idea that we're all connected in the world, and a global citizen is angry and upset about the idea of injustice. And I think finally, in terms of being a global citizen, it means to me being concerned about the planet. So trying to live in a way that's responsible, trying to live in a way that helps take care of the planet.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Melanie, I know you're very, very excited to see who our Voice of the Week this week is. So guys, every week we will show you who the Voice of the Week person is. And for this week's Voice of the Week person, I'm very excited to meet him. So let's see who he is right now.
But if you're watching this video, I strongly advise that you should learn this language and you should break through all your limits. No pain, no gain. Good luck, and thank you for your watching.
Good luck for you. There we go.
All right, Melanie, we've just seen our Voice of the Week. He came from a faraway town in An Giang, and I can't wait to meet our lovely Hiển. Hiển, come on in. All right, good luck. Take it away.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, Hiển,
Hi.
do you like spending time with your family?
Oh, well, definitely yes. I have a fancy for spending time with my family. You know, I'm a high school student as of last year, and this year I'm going to take the entrance exam to universities, so I have less time to go with my family to go somewhere, so that I really appreciate whenever I have time with my family.
So now we're going to part 2 of the speaking test. I'm going to give you a card to look at, and you'll have 1 minute to make notes. Okay?
Okay.
That's 1 minute, so you have 2 minutes to talk.
When it comes to talk about a person who encouraged me to achieve the goal, the first person that springs to my mind is Miss Hong Gum, who is my English teacher at high school right now. We have been friends for over 2 years in high school, and she has helped me a lot. Last year, when I took part in the English contest for the gifted student, she was my instructor. However, the competition has quite great pressure on me that I have a reason to give up. I told her so, but then she gave me a helping hand and helped me to go through those obstacles and help me to get over it. To me, Miss Hong Gum is like a mom because she's really warm-hearted and she's really humorous to me. I remember when we worked together on my test, she always bent over backward to help me to revise the lessons and prepare for the structure. Moreover, she also a good listener. Whenever a problem crops up to me, she always hears and resiliently talk to me and teach me how to overcome those obstacles. Last but not least, her sense of responsibilities is also a major factor which drives me to success today. She's really, really responsible person. For example, even though she lives far away from school, she still go there in time and give enthusiastically useful lectures to me. She's an example to me to look up to. All in all, she's always my true inspirations and a wide range of love. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to part 3 of the speaking test. Is it important for teenagers to have goals?
Well, absolutely. Having goals is one of the life skills that every teenager should prepare for them to me. From my perspective, setting a goal helps a teenager to know what they want to go without wandering aimlessly through life. A teen with goal can go further than a teen with nowhere to go. That's my opinion.
And that's the end of your speaking test.
Good job, Hiển, for finishing your speaking test. Now, audience, you will now have a chance to vote using your phones and tell us what you think of Hiển performance. Your voting time starts now. Hiển, the votes are in, and I have the results. Are you excited to find out what they think?
Yes, I do.
So let's find out what the audience thinks. I have the results with me. So 28% of the audience voted that you had a band score of 7 to 7.5. 31% voted for the band score of 7.5 to 8. And 41% voted for a band score of above an 8.0. The audience thought really highly of your performance. And now it's time for Ms. Melanie to give her opinion on Hiển performance. Melanie.
Thank you. Well, I agree with the audience, Mr. Hiển. I thought you did a great job, and there were so many really fantastic elements to your speaking. If you're thinking about how you can improve a little bit, you want to focus on your pronunciation. Occasionally, you're adding S's at the end of words that don't have S's, like university. You said universities. And you want to be careful about pronouncing Z sound rather than S.
Wow.
So you want to be saying days rather than days. So I've written you some notes and we'll go through a few things later, but in general, I really agree with the audience's assessment. I thought a lot of what you were doing was a strong band 7 going towards a band 8, and certain elements of your vocabulary, of your lexical resource, was heading towards band 8.
All right, now I'd like you both to stand up because we have a special gift for you. Well, guys, our lovely friend Hiển has definitely, won the hearts of Ms. Melanie as well as our audience. And I'm sure his family is very, very proud. And I'd like to invite a very special person. This person definitely wants to give you something. And I know this person's very, very close to you as well. So let's welcome Hiển on stage. Here we go. Yeah, ơn cô rất là nhiều. Xin mời cô nán lại trên đây một chút xíu. Where does your aunt come from and why does she want to give you flowers today?
My aunt is from Hanam, a province nearby Hanoi. And today is my first flight from southern Vietnam to northern Vietnam, so they greeted me with this flower. I'm really grateful for it. Thank you.
All right. Cảm ơn cô. All right. Well, Hiển, you know, this is not it. We have two more surprises to give you. We have a special gift from the show. Thank you. And I'd love for Melanie to be able to deliver this to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mr. Hiển.
Thank you.
Well done.
And guys, this is not all, Hiển.
Yeah.
You have another gift.
Yeah.
Aren't you lucky today?
Yeah. I do.
Well, your gift is maybe it's not yet materialized.
Yeah.
But you do have a chance to win a trip to Sydney at the end of the season if you are the winner of the Voice of the Year.
Yeah.
This means it's an all-paid trip to Macquarie University. We're going to show you what it looks like right now to get you excited.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you win the Voice of the Year. So everybody, here is Macquarie University. Well, you know, we've given him a little bit of a surprise. Yeah. We do hope that you're going to win the Voice of the Year award. And for everybody that's vouching for Hiển, make sure you vote for him. Give him a chance to win the Voice of the Year award. Well, guys, you know, we do have another section for you to follow. Please don't go anywhere because we're going to show you the next section. If you already have watched many episodes of our show, you're going to know that we have a Study UK 101 section, and now is the Study Australia 101 section. Take a look on our screen.
Aye, it's your Captain Michael for Flight Oz 101, and today we're in Parramatta in Western Sydney. Now this is a highly multicultural area with over 100 different languages spoken here. 60% of new immigrants are now settled in the area. Some of the biggest firms in Australia are based here. So this sets up the perfect environment and scenery for one of the top 2% of universities in the world. And what are you waiting for? Just fasten up your seatbelt, for you're going to be in for quite a treat at the University of Western Sydney. I was admiring the beautiful architectural structure of this building. What makes it so cool is that it's actually built vertically instead of being built horizontally. Now what does this do? This actually helps students studying here familiarize themselves with the corporate world, with the corporate setting, so that they will find themselves right at home later on in their career.
You have cafes on the ground floor, which is occupied mainly sometimes by one of the major accounting firms here in Australia. So you never know who you bump into. We have businesses coming in and out, business people, senior executives. So the campus at Western Sydney University almost facilitates that networking experience naturally.
With today's fast pace of change, you need a business degree that will keep up. Western's business courses are designed with the modern business world in mind. Studying business in the heart of Australia's third largest and fastest growing economies in Australia puts their students in the epicentre of the infrastructure and jobs boom. Nice. Look at this beautiful piece of art right here. It's pretty hard to believe that such an amazing piece of art could be created completely by this 3D printer. Now, the university has invested over $4 million into technological advancements and infrastructure here. So what a great, feeling and experience it is to be part of something that feels like the future is right at your door. Western Sydney University has incubated talented graduates who have gone on to impressive careers with companies like Google and Tesla. Like them, you will have endless opportunities available to you at Western with industry-leading ICT facilities where students can experience virtual reality with Liquid Galaxy, Google Cardboard and Oculus Rift.
They provided an environment to work with the clients, the real client from a different organization to build a project. And that's why we connect with the clients, we build our network for a better future.
One of the things I love the most about being the host of this show is the fact I can cosplay, and today I get to cosplay as a robot scientist. Now, right here we have a very cool robot, a very cool guy can function this. So, can you show me how this amazing equipment of yours works? Yeah, sure. Oh, wow. Well done. Thank you. Awesome team player. How awesome, right? So, you must feel very inspired now as mechanical engineers. Western's programs are at the forefront of Australia's education, research and development. Engineering courses enable students to engineer solutions to global challenges of the future through an array of study areas. Western Sydney University Civil Engineering is ranked in the top 75 worldwide. The Solid Car team has won the American Solid Challenge, becoming Australia's first team to win the competition. Many of you by now must have gotten really hooked on the university, but are maybe worried that you might not meet all of the direct entry requirements. Well, you're in great luck because there are actually some other options too. So what are these options that you can actually look at? The first option is right here in Parramatta at Western Sydney University International College, who offers 7 different foundation and diploma courses that help you reach your dream of becoming a Western student and your future career. These gear you up with necessary skills for tertiary education in Australia.
In international college, they offer me a pathway program to the bachelor degrees. It's really helpful. It's helped me with such as reading skills, presenting skill, communication skill, and presentation skill.
And you won't be alone. There are over 400 students from more than 35 nations studying at the International College. All students are guaranteed a place at Western upon successful completion of their pathway program. And this is available not just in Parramatta. Why don't we take a trip outside of this campus across the city of Sydney? So let's take off. Located in the centre of the central business district, the uni's city campus offers a vibrant, inspiring learning environment with state-of-the-art equipment and technology.
In the middle of city, I can have around, it's like many food, I can easy to go out, and location is easy to go, or also easy to take train to there. So don't let you feeling like lonely or be sad.
Pathway programs offered by SIBT conveniently in this campus. This eases the transition from high school to university level studies. The academic calendar differs from other campuses, meaning students can fast track to complete their 3-year degree in just 2 years. I know you hate to hear this, but it is almost time for us to say goodbye, and our journey has been as beautiful as this jacaranda right behind me. And all of this could be your experience, could be all yours for the taking if you think you've found your next academic home. So right now, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will pass the torch right back to the studio in Hanoi.
What do you think about being a person living in the world today? What are some of the things that you think is extremely important for you to be able to integrate? What are some of the things that you care about? And how similar is that to what the other people around other countries are thinking about? Are there any differences in terms of what you care about? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Who do you want to be? You know, do you want to just influence Vietnam in your community, or do you want to increase your exposure globally? There are so many Vietnamese people living abroad nowadays, and there are so many people living in Vietnam. We'd love to hear what you think, and we'd love to hear if your viewpoints and opinions will differ from each other. Make sure you speak to us in our social media platforms, you know, our YouTube, our Facebook. We'd love to hear opinions from all aspects of life. And when it comes to being a global citizen, we do hope that both episodes this week have definitely inspired you to think a little bit more about what it means for you. I do think I am a global citizen. I work with the global team every day, and I enjoy it very, very much. And at the same time, I'm still trying to improve in the many different ways that I interact with Vietnamese people as well as with everybody else on the planet. So even if you're an introvert, you know, this is very, very much doable, because most of us are introverts or ambiverts in some kind of way. Well, we'll see you again next week. We hope we've inspired and sparked a discussion. We can't wait to hear what you will say next. Until next time, ciao ciao.